Okay, that's my most troublesome loco. It was driving me nuts. I was about to get rid of it. I got it for a fairly good price. It's pretty old, I assume. The thing just never went through a switch without stalling, and I was looking into buying Keep Alive for it. Wasn't sure what to do with it. It just kept stalling, and then I remembered that it's a Proto 2000 wheel set, and these ones came off a GP9. It had cracked. I guess the common problem here is the black piece cracks, and then the gearing doesn't work. But so I didn't throw the wheels away, and they came off a brand new Proto 2000 that hadn't been used. So these wheels have come off of that little SW1500, and I don't know if you can see, but they're ground to a halt. There's nothing left on these wheels, and that's why there was no pickup. Call me a liar, this thing's stalled now. Anyway, so what I did was I took all the wheels off the broken axles and took the axles out of that guy and swapped them with the brand new wheels, and voila, it works. So it's an old locomotive. The wheels were totally ground down to nothing, and that's why it wasn't working. So I figured that one out, and I'm really pleased that it's working because I really like this thing. Just didn't like how it wasn't running. So that's that. That's one tip I'll pass on. And I'll stop this guy. And then the other tip I want to pass on is I've got code 100 and code, what do you call it? 75 Pico track. And I was having a hell of a time trying to find fish plates that would do the transition, and so I actually made my own. And I don't know if I've ever seen this on YouTube yet, but what I did was take regular code 100 Pico fish plates and chop them. So I put a little line, I scored the line right in the middle, and I just broke this blade now. But anyway, this blade is wide enough, or this grinder cutting disc is wide enough to leave a gap in the fish plate, and then you just bend it up. And so the high side here is for code 75 and the low side is for code 100, and you could do it for 83 as well, depending on what you want to do. So you get a really good transition. Here's my transition right here. So mind the gap in the rails, but you can get them pretty much leveled out. I gotta do that. That's not totally done, but anyway, you can make your own fish plates for transition rail, and it's actually really good. And I just take the pliers too, the needle nose pliers, and I pinch up on the code 75 side, so it's a nice tight fit. You could solder as well, but if you tighten it up, you don't need to, I found. Anyway, those are 2 tips that I thought I'd pass on. I got my track nailed too. I'll give a little update on this GT too. I'm not quite finished it yet. I gotta get a board for it and finish off the ditch lights and get the beacons to light up as well. So right now it's just a DCC basic board in there. I gotta swap that out. And I finally got this working beautifully. So this is my Y, and well, it's actually a scissor Y. That's my scissor Y. And then it loops around in the other room for a turnaround as well. And so that's working beautifully. I got rid of my double crossover and just went simple with a couple Pico long radius ones. That's much nicer anyway. And so I did lose my connection from here to here, but that's okay. Anyway, that's a bit of a update, and I'll leave it at that. But 2 tips. If your engine's stalling all the time, have a look at the wheels and see how ground down they are. If they're really ground down, then spend $10. Well, I guess if it's an Athearn or a Proto, you can buy new wheel sets. I don't know if you can get them for anything else, but basically don't sit there grinding your wheels on your engines because you'll ruin the connection, the electrical contacts. Anyway, that's my tip for tonight. Thanks. Bye.